Now,
Taking a walk on the wild side once in a while, and one of the wildest sides of this town is the East Village. It's something more easily experienced, I think, than explained. The East Village was the cradle of America's punk in the 70s, an underground counterculture that rocked to garage bands and shrugged off such labels cited in Punk magazine as a sexual, faggot, hippie, and more literally, blood-sucking, ignorant scum. The East Village is art outside the galleries, theaters, and of course the concert halls. And in a guide called Art After Midnight, the East Village Scene, our next guest and his art receive a lot of attention. And you can see why. The man is John Sex. His work is called performance art. And I see you did some performance art on the hair. I like that. How long does it take you to do that?
Well, it takes about a half an hour, and this is my personal tribute to Lady Liberty.
Lady Liberty,
yeah.
You got the look. Yeah. Now, you do performance art. What is that? To the uninitiated in America out there in Iowa watching right now, myself, what is that?
Well, that is a term that I don't really hold too close to myself today because I've gone through so many changes. People used to say I did performance art because they didn't know what category to put me in, because I wasn't exactly a singer. I was mainly a dancer. I was also an actor. I did all these
poster
different things.
art, albums.
And I was an artist, and so they put me in that category because when I was on stage, I did everything at once. It was like a multimedia show. And now, well, things are different, and I'm becoming a little bit more mainstream. I'm on CNN News, right?
Can't get more mainstream than that.
You know, record companies are like barking at my heels, and
what? No, wait a minute. I got to ask you, and I guess a lot of your friends might ask you: are you selling out to avant-garde art in the east side of town? What are you?
Well, it's you have the choice of performing in East Village dives your whole life, or moving on to Carnegie Hall, and it's a logical next step.
So are you doing art now, or are you doing something you think is going to sell?
Well, I'm not like changing myself that much to become mainstream. Some things in my act I have to change because if they're X-rated or R-rated,
Well, you have a habit of taking your clothes off in public.
Well, I haven't been doing that lately because I was on a crash diet and lost a lot of weight.
You got to look good.
As they say, Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm not, so.
Well, John, we want to show America what it is you do out there, even though you're not doing performance art so much anymore. Yeah, we have a little video here. What are you doing?
Oh, it seems like I'm singing a song.
Yeah. And this is your backup group?
Yeah, these are the Bodacious Tatas.
Bodacious.
Very busty, big-breasted, bodacious gals. And there they have all their clothes on, but usually they don't.
They don't?
Yeah.
Well, I can see why you draw big crowds then.
Well, it's... It was, things started, I always started things out as a goof,
Well, that's part of it, isn't it, really? This, what they call this is new to me, called hip-hop art and this sort of thing. Isn't all this stuff going on in the East Village and Soho? It's just to have fun. Are you necessarily involved in any sort of a message or anything like that? Or is it just sort of whatever comes to mind?
Well, whatever I was always involved in, I was always pulling things out of the media or the culture that I saw and making a joke out of it. And then I realized that people say, oh, you're very novelty and this and that, but I always thought that what I was doing was as relevant as somebody like Prince or Madonna. I mean, when I watch them on MTV, I think it's a big joke too. So,
You're a lot of fun. You're just having fun.
Yeah, having a lot of fun.
There's no big message here, America. Is that it?
No, but things I used to do years ago, I think about it and I say, actually, I was trying to say this or show this, and I actually was, but I can't, dissect what I'm doing now because I'm kind of like living it, and I never know what I'm doing anyway. So.
Listen, I got to ask you because everybody asks you this question: how did you get the name John Sex? I know your parents didn't start out with that idea.
Well, a lot of people think that it's a stage name that I picked, but the real story is that when my ancestors came from Ireland to America, you know, they had to pass liberty too. They wanted to become more American. They wanted to forget about, you know, their Irish heritage, and they didn't want anyone to know.
You're not going
that
to tell me your ancestor's name was Osex or something.
No, they didn't want them to know that, you know, they were from immigrants, you know, so they could assimilate in society better. So they changed the name from Sexton to Sex to be more American. Huh? What?
You're not shining me on, as they say.
No, that's that's the god-awful truth. Cross my heart.
Now, let's see. You're achieving...
I'm speechless on that.
Yeah, I know. Gotta be careful, you know. You're talking to a guy named John Saxon. He's got his hair as Statue of Liberty. You're a mainstream kind of guy now. Are you accepted back in the East Side, Soho? When you go back down there, you get any static?
Yeah, they, you know, have a lot of friends and, you know, people to say hi. I don't know who anybody is.
Yeah.
I meet so many people, you know, being a big star that I am. No, people, it's like I get one or two reactions. People either love you or hate you, and that's the perfect thing.
Does it matter?
No.
Okay. John Sachs, thanks for stopping by. Best
Thanks
of your rocketing career. Your rocketing hair as well.
Where am I going to be?
Where are you going to be?
I'm going to be at
This
the
is a
Limelight.
plug show today, isn't it?
At the Limelight tomorrow night.
In New York.
Yes, at 6th Avenue and 21st Street. Yeah.
John Sachs right here, ladies and gentlemen, on CNN. We'll have the weather with flips by